Hi there, this is Matt with State of Flux here with a review for Princess Mononoke. This is yet another one of my Studio Ghibli reviews, and this is one of the most important Studio Ghibli films because this is the one that got them noticed in a big bad way outside of Japan. Sure, they had done My Neighbor Totoro and Kiki's Delivery Service and Grave of the Fireflies before this that had gotten noticed stateside, but this one was the one that got them kind of noticed, and Miyazaki himself kind of got elevated to this status that he would continue on as being like maybe the premier filmmaker of this brand of filmmaking stateside. And it makes sense because when you watch Princess Mononoke, it has a grander, epic scope that eclipses anything that has come before it within this studio, which is saying something. This is the same studio that brought us Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, Castle in the Sky, even Pompoko. These are films that are big and epic in their scopes, but this eclipses them because it's not only really, really rich with sweeping animation and epic scale storytelling, it's got incredibly vibrant themes. They may be a little on the nose, but I think that actually helped stateside to land. And the thing is that there's no easy answers. This is an environmentalist thesis that shows you that there are not necessarily right answers, but there certainly are wrong ones. And you are following the characters as they sort of navigate this intricate world where humans are taking over land, and the forest spirits that reside within this are beginning to die out. But what happens when you have characters who want to kill their gods in order to acquire more? This is the kind of plots that we're playing with. Even in that description, it is so much bigger sounding than anything the studio has had to offer within their fantasy films. And it's genuinely powerful filmmaking. You have the character of Ashitaka, who's been touched by a curse, the curse of hatred, that has plagued this poor boar that lashed out at his civilization, and it injured him, passing the curse on to him, and he's looking for a way to rid himself of this curse. And along the way he meets a young girl who lives amongst the animals. Her name is San, and she is the one that he most engages with. He's kind of a person torn between two worlds, one who understands the environmentalist lean that San is trying to embrace. No man, this is not our world, this is their world, we should let them have it, versus Lady Hiboshi, who is looking to acquire just more and more land. These are fascinating, interesting characters, and the message of how we need to temper hate in order to coexist, and the whole idea of coexistence, or living with these forest spirits, or nature, or whatever you want to call it, is just powerful. And the music in this film, Ghibli always has great scores, but this one might be the best score that they have ever provided. The film is a little long in the middle, and it's also pretty grim, and it goes hard. This is dangerously close to an R rating. There's quite a lot of blood, and free-flowing blood at that. But it also, well, being an incredibly violent film, is trying to profess an anti-violence message and an anti-hatred message, a pacifist kind of like demeanor. However, if the occasion rises, the characters are willing to commit acts of violence as a way of tempering and stopping the action at hand. However, that hand that is doing the violence is the one that is cursed by that hatred. It all ties into the various themes within this film. as I say, it's deeply rich and complex, and something that invites multiple viewings. This is one of the better, if not one of my favorite Ghibli films, and I highly recommend it. This is the one where I famously, if you've watched my Pokemon, the first movie review, had an opportunity to see in the theater opening weekend at my local multiplex. I went opening weekend to a birthday party where we were given the option of Pokemon, the first movie, or Princess Mononoke. We put it up to a vote. There were 5 of us. We had 2 Mononokes, 2 Pokemon. I was that deciding vote, and I chose Pokemon, the first movie. So I never saw this one in the theater, and I'm kicking myself to this day. And hot damn, that sucks. But I was able to rectify that with its recent 4K re-release, and I did now see this film as it was meant to be seen in its grand sweeping nature. This is a masterpiece, to say the least, and one of the best of the Ghibli lineup. Maybe it's not as high for me personally as some of the others, but I do have to tip my hat to this film, because this one may have been the first true anime I had seen. Like, yes, I'd seen Pokemon and Pokemon the first movie, or Speed Racer before, and I think I saw Warriors of the Wind prior to this, which was the American title for Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Actually, I think I saw that right after this. But this was my first anime feature film that I had watched that was not based on pre-existing media like Pokemon. And it got me interested in the art form, so I started watching other ones like Vampire Hunter D and Akira and stuff like that. And a couple years later, I would see Spirited Away and truly discover the majesty that is Studio Ghibli. We'll touch on that in a couple weeks' time, but yeah, what is there to say about this film that hasn't kind of already been said? It's a gorgeous film, and I love it. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Let me know what you think of the film down below.